I'm Jackie Norrie. I'm a fourth-year graduate student at the University of Texas at Austin. I work in developmental biology, which involves overexpression and knockdown of a lot of proteins. So we use Western blotting to quantify proteins in their downstream pathways. Normally, I'll use a Bradford assay to quantify proteins and then run a Western blot to normalize my loading controls. When using a Bradford assay, it involves using a lot of my protein sample to quantify using many dilutions. A Bradford assay takes about an hour and a half to run, and then I have to spend 2 days running a Western blot to normalize my loading controls. I share the direct detect system with other scientists at the University of Texas. It's a part of our core facility and available to everyone. I was surprised how fast and easy it was to use the direct detect instrument. All you had to do was put 2 microliters of your protein onto the card that they give you, put the card into the instrument, and the computer gives you the protein quantification and the IR spectrum in a matter of seconds. I only have to use 2 microliters of my protein samples, and sometimes I don't have a lot to spare, so that's really important to me. The time that's wasted running a Bradford assay is completely gone. It takes 2 minutes to blot the test strip and less than a minute to quantify the protein. I didn't have to make dilutions of my protein. I didn't have to make my standard curve because it comes preloaded in the software. I can accurately load a Western blot and get the results the first time. There's been many times when using a Bradford assay where I use too much of my sample to quantify the proteins, and my Western blot using the rest of my sample doesn't work, and I lose the samples entirely. So with the direct detect system, I'm able to use very little to quantify the proteins. I'm able to run multiple Western blots and blot with multiple antibodies using the rest of my sample that I didn't use running a Bradford assay. The direct detect system has a NIST standardized BSA curve already preloaded into the software, so you get accurate protein quantification the first time. You don't have to worry about making your own standard curve with the Bradford assay, making sure it's accurate, and then quantifying your proteins off of a completely inaccurate standard curve. Also, when using the direct detect system, I noticed that it has a very small footprint. It's very easy to use. From using the direct detect system, I'm just happy that I can accurately quantify proteins and I'm never going to lose a sample again.